ride sharing when we go for programs like this. So I see that other women entrepreneurs who were just like you have find innovative ways of taking their businesses to the global stage. The first one we have here is Zainab Musa. She's the CEO of Nigerian Technology. She's based in Kaduna. So you know, we've been talking about shoe trades for a while now. In 2020, at the peak of COVID, they launched what was called the Shoe Trades Hackathon. And they issued a challenge to all women or all SMEs in the world. And the question was, submit a proposal to them on how you can leverage technology for a green and inclusive economy. That was the question. And we had over a very huge number of applicants from different parts of the world, from over 9 countries. And at the end of the day, a Nigerian won that challenge. This was a global competition, but Nigeria won it, and a woman from Kaduna State. So if she can do it, can't you do the same thing? And it was done online. Imagine with all our network wahala. MTN is not going, Glo is not going, but she was able to log on online and win a global challenge. So that means that anything that you want to do in business, you can also do. We know that the economy sometimes can be tough. We know that infrastructure is not always readily available. But other people have been able to overcome this. That should be a word of encouragement to all of us. We also have Okwe Oluwa Ashimi. She's the head of Promain and Promate. She's based in Lagos State. She was able to create an online AI diagnostic platform that can provide services to people in rural areas to ensure that everybody has access to high quality healthcare wherever you are in Nigeria. Then Amal Hassan, CEO of Outsource Global. She has a company that she launched in Kano, first of all, but I think now she's operating between Kano and Abuja. Yeah, you know all these services that are rendered to support other businesses, like business support services, maybe customer care, or even research services. She was able to find ways to get Nigerians to be the one to provide all those skills to other companies that are based abroad. And they've been able to do it so well over time that she took her business that was in Kano and expanded it to the point where she now has over 1,000 employees working under her. Then last but not least, we have Ijoma Ndokoye. She's the CEO of Open Spark. She was telling us her story during COVID where she had a huge order from outside the country to deliver PAP. And then because of the challenges that came up with logistics during that time, she lost the entire shipment. Now for some people, that would have been a reason to say, oh, I'm not doing it again, I'm tired of this business, I've lost too much money. But she started thinking of ways where she could diversify and ensure that she doesn't get that kind of loss in the future. So she was able to start dehydrating her products. So that it's not just a fresh product anymore, it has a longer shelf life. And then she even developed different varieties of PAP. So that if you don't like this particular variety, you have other options to pick from. And she with you. And even information on anything that we're doing, you just chat. Should I call it out? Alright, 080 59 13 0011. Do I have to repeat it? 080 59 13 0011. My name is Sarah. And just chat me up on WhatsApp. Tell me whatever challenge you have. With information you need, maybe you want to confirm something that you've seen. I'll be happy to respond. So you know what I was saying about the Women in Export database? We have an online form that we've created for anybody who is interested in our programs. Just enter your company details there. It's your phone number, your email address, the kind of business you do, which sector you operate in, how you want NEPC to assist you, the key business challenges that you have, and then when we have programs that meet your requirements, we'll contact you. It's free of charge as well. All are free except for e-registration. So if you're interested in getting that form or the She Trades form, just chat me up, I'll share it with you. So thank you very much. We've come to the end of our presentation.
My question goes to her representing NAPC here. My question is about the certification. Like that, halal. I know of FDA and the hazard zone. Halal, I don't know about it. Please enlighten us on how we can get that certification so we'll be export ready.
So the halal certification is something that's required by mostly Islamic countries to show that your product complies with your own religious beliefs. Like for food, if it's a food item, for instance, you want to be sure that you didn't use maybe pork, or if it's for fashion or bags or things like that, don't be sure that you use something like reptile skin or snake skin in them. So the certification is just to show that your practices comply with your religious beliefs. For example, you know, there was this opportunity I shared with women that was last month for a UK trade mission to the Halal Expo. And one of the major requirements there was that you should have Halal certification. So when this Go Global Go certification program was first launched by NEDC, Halal was one of the things that were sponsoring companies to get. Yes, so if it's something that you're interested in, there are organizations that provide assistance or support for that. So for NEDC now, we're doing mostly HACCP and FDA because that's what the exporters are demanding. The majority of our clients are asking for HACCP or FDA. But if you want to allow and inform us, we have other things saying they want the same thing. You can customize our services. So it's demand driven. Any other questions?
afternoon, everyone. Mine is not a question, it's more like for making NEPC. I registered with NEPC, this should be the third year because it's 2 years, right? The other one expires, I just activated sometime in October. And as a result of getting the certification, I was able to get the HACCP training for free through the NEPC, and I would like to say thank you very much, NEPC, for the good work that you're doing. In fact, I was telling someone that the main reason I came for this is because I saw that NPC is a part of it. Thank you very much, NPC, and welcome.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You're making us feel very proud. Thank you. Hope to be able to do more.
We appreciate the assistant chief information officer. Let's do some more. You guys should be happy to make yourself. Let's start. Thank you very much. Just keep clapping, keep clapping. All right. At this point, we would like to take the second technical session. I'd like to respectfully invite the CEO, rightful logistics, Dr. Ani Ito.
super excited to see your beautiful faces once again. And I know that we are making progress. I can see the excitement in your faces, in your looks, and I know that you are encouraged and you are motivated. Am I speaking your mind? Yeah. That is so cool. Let's interact, please. So you're all welcome. Then I think before we go into this session, we talked about our cassava yesterday. How many people were able to find the HS code for their cassava byproduct? If you got your HS code, please can you come up here and tell us? HS code maybe for starch, for the chips and all of that. Then endurance, please take notes so you confirm. Now you got your HS code, that's yes.
HS codes for cassava flour is 1108.14. Then the one for cassava itself is 071 41000.
Can you clap for her, please? I'm so encouraged. Well done, ma'am. Any other person that got the HS code or maybe just there to check? Yes, come.
Okay, I got the first one, the same thing that she got. But I have this cassava shape. Chips. So this is 0714-9090.
Okay, so you will meet my staff there to confirm this HS code for you. The customs tariff. So can we give them a wonderful round of applause? At least I'm encouraged that somebody there to find out an HS code for their own products. So today is about the theme, trading beyond borders. Trading beyond borders. And I always tell us that we have three kinds of trade. The domestic trade, the one you trade within your own place of settlement, your community, your nation, your state, and all of that. Then we also have regional trade. That is the one you leave your country, maybe like Cameroon, you buy and sell, like all these rice. Some of you get rice from Cameroon. That is regional trade. And unfortunately, most of those trade are informal. No data, no statistics. That's why you hear custom talks about smuggling. And we've been talking with NDPC to see how we can discourage informal trade. I wish the government can do more. And informal trade is not just limited to these our borders. Even those that are carrying their consignment by cargo airlines, some of them are doing informal trading. They just know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody abroad. And they package their products and send. There's no statistics, there's no record, there's no proper documentation. So now, trading beyond borders means you have to go through the normal and complete procedure of exports. Complete export procedure. The last speaker took you through all that you need to know about export trade. And that is what it is. There's no cutting corners when it has to do with trading beyond borders. I'm not talking about sending Gary to your brother that lives in London. That's not trading. You're just sending maybe what your brother needs to them. But if you want to send it to somebody that you may not know or know, and the person wants to trade, you must go through a formal due process. And today we're going to talk about African Free Trade Area. How many people have ever heard AFTA? African Free Trade Continental Area. Wow. My Calabar people, you need to be coming out to attend seminars, training, conferences. My permanent secretary, please. Please. However, even if you need to go into radio jingles to bring our people, sensitize them, you know, it is not normal that we are behind the world. The world is at high speed. Everybody has left us behind. AFTA has come to stay since 2017 that I got to know about AFTA. African Free Trade Area or Agreement. And here we don't know about it. And you know, we've been hearing about products. How many of you know that there's something called service trade? Service trade. You don't know about service trade. Okay, how many of you have an handwork here? Maybe you are a tailor, you are a chef, you are a barber, or a hairdresser. You have an handwork here. Please come. Yes. What is your trade? You produce cosmetics. You have a product. So now you can, I don't know, what do we call this kind of selling? Because you actually develop a product. So yours still falls into the line of, the producer. You can also do services. Are you the one that combine all the properties, mix them together? That means you are a lab scientist. Combinator. Formulator. Okay, formulator. So that means your kind of service, you can work in any cosmetics manufacturing company in the world. So what kind of cosmetics do you produce? train somewhere? Do you have your certificate, your training certificate? Which company told you, or which organization trained you? As a person. Where do they exist here in Rosetta State? I wish I have seen your certificate, because now the world does not really still have another. God bless you. In the global platform, if you have a product or a service, or you can do something with your hands for anybody, you can be hired anywhere. What they are looking for is your trade test. It's beyond just classroom certificates. But we should say, oh, I'm a graduate. You are a graduate. What is your own area of specialization? That is your trade test. So if maybe we knew about it, I would have asked you to bring your trade test, certificate, so that we see whether it can pass international requirements. Because there are some trade tests that cannot cross border. Yes, there are some trade tests because the organization that train you is not globally recognized. So we are going to talk about all of that today. So, like I asked, and we don't really know much about AFTA, so I'm going to briefly introduce AFTA to you. And because before that, you already know I'm a pastor, and I don't start my training without referring you to the Word of God. So, our own in Bright Flow, this has become like our text. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11 to 12, we say, make it your ambition to live a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your hands. Work with your hands. That's why we are going to look at your handwork today and see how you can export your handwork. Not just your products, but your handwork. So work with your hands. Just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the request of outsiders, and so that you will not be dependent on anybody. So handwork, if you check the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you will see that most of those Bible characters, role models, they had handwork. If you remember the story of Joseph and his family, when they now went to Egypt. What did Pharaoh ask Joseph? Or what did Pharaoh ask the father of Joseph when he first met him? What is your occupation? Because the man didn't want liability in his country. So if you should migrate now from Calabar to Uyo, from Uyo you cross by boat to Cameroon, and somebody approaches and asks you, what is your occupation? Because you are not going to be a civil servant in Cameroon. Are you going to be that? Are you going to work in the use of government in Cameroon? No. So if you should be asked, what is your handwork? What will you tell them? So skill is also as important as products. That is your own product. Whatever your hand findeth to do is your own product. Globally now, trade in service is well recognized. I mean, you have heard of this Jackpot syndrome. Everybody is jackparing to abroad. You can't jackpot without an handwork. Your life is going to be worse than beggars in the streets. I'm telling you this. You must have an handwork. That is the truth. Otherwise, you will regret ever leaving your country, because you will find ways to come back. They don't get to know, oh, I have master's degree in business administration. They want to know what you can do with your hands. They want to know what you can do with your hands. And it's not too late for you to start. It's not late. I'm going to use my sister, my big sister, to set an example. Please, man, let us see you. Thank you so much for coming. Ma is a medical doctor, an obstetrician, and she has been attending my training. Each time I have training, she will tell me, Ma, we have been worshiping in the same church. Ma, I want to attend that training. So one day in church, she walked up to me and said, I'm interested to develop new products. And she now said, can I, because she has an eye clinic somewhere here, she said, can I use my eye clinic say no, but you have to register a new organization to align with whatever you're doing. And we started talking. I've never seen a woman that is so proactive. Under 1 week, man was ready. We sat down, worked on an objective, and I have been helping people to get their CAC. Our own is the fastest. Less than 1 month, a CAC was ready. And before a CAC was ready, man's already developed a product. This dry, what Dr. Dofia showed us yesterday, that dry fufu she has. Some of her products are there. She has up to more than 6 products now. A medical doctor. So what am I saying? It's not late to start. It's not late to start. Man cannot be stranded anywhere in the world. If she doesn't work in the hospital, she has something in her hands that she can present and still, find her feet. That's what we are coming to encourage you, dear woman. We are coming to encourage you. Don't say I'm very busy, with time and all of that. Check what you can do with your hands. The Honorable Commissioner talked about sending rubber slippers to Cameroon. 2019, when we had a vessel that was calling Calabasi Port Magisa Liner, I was in my office one day when some Igbo brothers, those guys are wonderful, came to me and said, "Man, we live in Satome and Principe. And we have been sending our goods to our people, Satome, Equatorial Guinea, Cameroon. And they are the chairman of the union. We hear say container ship they come. We want to use your office and your drive-through name to form WhatsApp group so that we coordinate all our traders. Brethren, before you say Jesus is Lord, these guys have created a WhatsApp group. They have added more than 20 to 30 traders. And they were, you know what they were sending to all those small countries? Rubber slippers, plastic cup, plastic plates, animal feed, all something that you cannot imagine. And all of them falls under exports. How long have you been selling foam slippers in the white market? Why can't you think of selling it to Cameroon? Cross-border trade. Until tomorrow they're still doing it. Despite the fact that the vessel stopped coming and they now use the shoreline. They're still sending it. They are coming from Odisha, Abba, Lagos, pass through your backyard, come and do exports here. And we are still here. Please, my Calabar and Akwa Ibom people, we are more than this. Please, we are more than this. Let's do something with our hands. I quite appreciate the fact that you are serving your nation, your state, in every area of your assignment. But at least build a legacy. I talked about structure yesterday. Please don't retire from the service without registering at least a business name for your family. Don't retire without having a brand. Something the children will come and build on. Something they will come and appreciate you for. What is your family known for? Apart from the fact that, oh, my mommy used to work somewhere there. My daddy used to. Please, don't just leave this hall and go back with the same mentality, the same mindset, the same character. We have all it takes in these 2 states. Somebody told me that if all this water were to be in the east, every household in Igbo land will have their own boats at their backyard to put in the water to do trade. And that is the truth. It's the fact. If you go to this Anantara, you will see the informal trading that is going on there. So many things are coming in and out of that place. None of them is from here. None of the people that are doing that business is from here. We just stay there, small, we sell pure water to them. Sell, what again? And all of that. Please, let's have to develop a business mindset so you'll be able to utilize what God has given us on the platform. God bless you. So the African Continental Free Trade Area presents a multitude of opportunities by creating a single market for small, medium, and large-scale businesses across African continent. It's like a coordinated marketplace. It's like a one-stop agreement by which all the nations in Africa come together and say, let us see how we can cut some bottlenecks that stop us from trading, exchanging our goods and services. It's only in Africa that every country has their currency, every country has their border, every country. In China, I boarded a flight from one city to another city that took me 6 hours, just like going to London, just within China. Within China, from Nanjing to Guangzhou is about 5 hours on air. And a single currency. So I believe that is what motivated Africans to say, let's come together. As they have started with this one-stop marketplace, I know that one day we'll have a single currency. Whether you like it or not, you are black. You are black person. You are from Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Gambia. You are black. Accept the fact we are brothers, we are sisters. So the aim is to increase intra-African trade, to boost economic performance, and increase productivity among the youth and women. In particular, to create jobs, raise income, reduce poverty, and curtail insecurity in the region. You know about insecurity, I don't want to talk about that, but it is going on there. The water we're supposed to use to trade, pirates and what do they call those other people who flood the waters, to disturb people that are doing their businesses. So for decades, African economies have been constrained by colonial trade patterns that channel raw materials out of the continent in exchange for finished goods. We talked about this yesterday. Stop selling your raw material. Your raw material is your factory. Is that job our children are looking for? Stop selling raw material. It started right from the days of colonial masters. Till today, they are still having that kind of mindset. So the objective after is to break this chain by fostering intra-Africa trade. This includes removing trade barriers and tariffs on over 90% of goods, addressing non-tariff barriers and simplifying customs procedure. We talked about seeing how we can form a deal yesterday by which some of the custom procedures we can do it collectively in order to help the traders, access the African market. So African businesses can now trade more easily across continental borders as it offers a platform for youth and women entrepreneurs and small businesses to access larger market and expand their operations. So this one is trade policies by which we're not going to go to that. So like I said, I have attended a lot of training and conferences on AFTA. And unfortunately, I think, let me say something, a larger percentage of people that have been hired to talk about AFTA always mislead people. I don't know why. When it comes to documentation. See, anything that has to do with cross-border, there's no cutting corners. The concentration on AFTA is to break trade barriers, which is on tariff, like percentage of maybe levies, duties, and all of that. But when it comes to documentation, trade document, nobody's going to cut corner for you. Rather, they will see how they can break some constraints that might, like some hurdles, that can stop you from accessing or making your documentation processes very burdensome. So you still need all the documents that we talked about yesterday. You need all the documents. Then, you were not here yesterday. They will tell you. So, number one and most important thing you must understand when you want to trade within Africa is what we call rule of origin. Rule of origin is like, what is the originality of these products or this service? For instance now, you cannot, like, that is what most people are doing. They import from China, import from Asia and others. They come and pass through Nigeria or any part of the, any state, you know, and say it is made in Nigerian products. That is a sabotage. You are sabotaging your government. So now, rule of origin is that we have to check that product. If it is cassava, okay, the cassava is from here. Originally, it's from Odubani. And how do you want to export it? Are you exporting it raw? Are you going to process it into dairy? And all of that. Then, if it passes that, then you have the right to enjoy that concession. Whatever levy, export levy, that somebody is bringing cassava, for instance, from China or from China, is supposed to pay to government. You are not going to pay. Why? Because your product origin is Africa or Nigeria. Do we now understand the rule of origin? So that you will not go and bring Turkey clothes and say they told us in one export meeting that anything that has to do with trading, you can trade. No. If you bring in your clothes from Turkey, you're going to pay all that you need to pay before you can send it out of the country. Do we understand? So rule of origin is very important. Make sure that your product is an original African product, sourced within the confines of African countries. Then you can exchange within the continent. Do we understand? Then another one is that you need commercial invoice. We talked about this. It's very important. Even if you don't pay anything, but let's know the value of your product. Time we help the government get the statistics. You have been hearing that, oh, somebody imported tramadol worth millions when it is not supposed to be imported into the country. How did they get the statistics? Because a commercial invoice of that consignment was submitted at the point of custom processes or whatever, when you open your Form N at the bank or NXP. So you need commercial invoice. Nobody's going to say because you want to trade within Africa, you don't need invoice. You need it. Even your buyer over there needs this document to know the worth of your goods. You need packing list. The packing list will state where you source it from, where the weight, the size, the quantity of the product, you know, and quality certificate. One thing about Africans is that we don't care about standard and quality. Anything that comes to the top, we eat and go away. It's not so. It's not so. It's not supposed to be so. Like Dr. Sar said yesterday, if you cannot package your product for these Indians at Spa to accept to put in their shelf, don't think of going anywhere. Do you understand? Don't ever think of it. Because right there they will check your quality certificate. Know the nutritional facts of your product before they can accept to sell to the public. So that's a clear example of what you also need to do when you are sending your product across border. They will also talk about bill of lading. I explained yesterday that bill of lading is a transport document. You know, there is no magic you will do that you will not need this, so that once your consignment arrives at Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Sao Tome and Principe, Morocco, they will be able to clear it. Then CCBO, this is combined certificate of value and origin. It's one document in one that details everything. So are we good there? So we talked about identifying the product and service trade. Nigeria is overwhelmed. Okay, we already know about that. So identified HSCO, we talked about them yesterday. So we now quickly go into service trade. Now, what does Calabar and Akwa Ibom people know for? Known for? Good food. Good food. Now, why is it that you can hardly see, maybe you walk into continental hotels abroad, you only see maybe Indians, Lebanese, what do you call these other people? And you don't see our people. Maybe you don't know that you are are a service trader, and you can also export your trade outside the shores of your existence. You can export your trade if you know that you can cook very well. Because it's not a sentence that you must remain in Akapa or West Market to cook. Yes. You can go and open your restaurant in Cameroon. What do you need? You need a trade test, certification that, oh, this is where I did my training. Not the one I learned from my mother, that one is understood. But you must go and get your training and be certified as a chef. Do we understand? If you know that lady that cooks very well, encourage them. Go to an institute, a vocational institute, learn, get certified. You don't know when you will need it. Farmers, you don't only cultivate in your land. Do you know that most of the product that you eat here in Calabar coming from Cameroon? Like pepper. In fact, I was shocked, to know that some peppers that we buy here is coming from Cameroon. Tomato, in fact, we already know about Cameroon pepper now. It's not only the dry one now, even the fresh ones. Yes. Cameroon pepper, tomato, and all of that. Then you can decide to say, I know I'm tired of planting at Urubani, I want to go and be farming at Cameroon. You have just exported your trade to Cameroon. The only thing you need to do is that it's not to just enter canoe and go to Cameroon. You make government know that I am a service trader and I want to export my trade to my neighboring country so that the two countries, system will be able to protect you, give you coverage. When they are throwing others inside water, they will say, that one, their government know that they are here. Do we understand? So you need to have this understanding so that you know your worth. As an hairstylist, I see a lot of our people even do this wig now. They will buy the material, do wig, braid and all of that. You can go, you must not earn in Calabar. Do you know that for you to retouch hair in London is about 25 or 30 pounds just to retouch hair? 25 or 30 pounds, convert 2,220 naira to times 35 pounds. How much is that? Then for you to make this kind of hair, you get money. This is like 120 pounds, more than 200,000. Do you understand? So instead of you to go by boat, see somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, you understand? Be very skillful in your trade. Walk boldly to the embassy with your certificate. I want to export my trade. I am an hairstylist. There was a time Canada opened their border and they were looking for skilled people. A lot of people traveled. I know of a tailor that was making clothes for me. She was able to get that information. She asked for the information and she traveled. They did not just invite her with her own family. She's working there with the Canadian government as a as a clothes maker, as a tailor. So you need this information, it's very important. And see how you can make very good use of it. As a plumber, you know that. How many people know that most of the people in the build industry now in Nigeria are from our neighboring country? POP, my POP in the house, people from Togo were the ones that fixed them for me. Plumber from Cotonou to plaster the house. You are aware now? Those are people that know their skills. And they know that I don't just want to exist in my country anymore. I know where I will be needed. And they now come to Nigeria. If you go to Lagos, most of the men that are making them are from Ghana. So why don't you also export your own to your country? They swear for you for Ghana. So, drivers, in one of the outer trainings, somebody asked, I am an Uber driver, and I have been trying to see how I can go to Cotonou to drive Uber, but I don't know how. get all your certification. Once you go there, submit yourself to the government. This is my intention. Get all the certification, register your vehicle before you can start the service. The reason why they say, oh, they beat us in Cameroon hurt us, they don't hurt you. You have not gone in line with their service trade, policies. So you must have this understanding. If you have a brother that wants to cross, sit them down and say, if you don't know, come, let me take you to people that will guide you. So you will not go and die for nothing. People that are dying outside the country is because they hide to render some services. You've heard how they will export our daughters to all these countries. By the time they go, they put them under prostitution. Or maybe under slavery and servitude. Just lock them up, they walk round the clock. It's not supposed to be so. If you go under service trade arrangement, if you are going as you have your work hours. If you are to work maybe 8 hours a day, once your 8 hours are terminated, what do? You sign out. Nobody disturbs you. If they want you to render more service, they say more money. Do you know that for you to go and be an outside in London, you earn more than professors? Calculating your hours. You are calculating your hours. One day, one of my brothers and the wife got delayed at work. And they couldn't get home on time to relieve their child's nanny to go. The woman left the child there. And they were even lucky because if she had reported to the agency, they will take the child from them. It's a serious offense for you to keep a nanny beyond the agreed hour. If there's any need for you to keep them, call them immediately, negotiate that you're going to pay for an extra hour. Don't allow anybody to make use of your bread. When I hear that they carry my daughter, they carry my sister for prostitution, why? Why should I even allow your daughter, on hand over a child to somebody, an individual? What were you thinking in the first place? Service trade is a serious business. So you must have an understanding, get certification in order for you to cross border. Now, as a freight forwarder like me, do you know that I'm not just going to Cotonou to start clearing? I can't. Even if it is my own container that goes to Cotonou now, what do I do? Once the consignment arrives, we do agriculture like we plant, we eat, we repeat every year. Mama, please, can you stand up? Mother, please stand up. That bank, there no be money on the product on the inside. She is a proper agribusiness woman. She has several hectares of land. We belong to one group that she's the head of this cassava we are talking about, and all of that. Please, if you want to do agriculture as a business, meet with her. She will guide you, she will put it. God bless you. So, whatever you have interest on, first look at the business insights. How can I do this as a business? That is why NEPC brought all of us in. So that we don't just see ourselves that, oh, I don't know what to do. The era of I don't know what to do is over. Everybody has something. Remember that widow in the Bible? That the debtors wanted to go and take her children. What embarrassment on this earth would be worse than somebody coming to take your children for slavery because your husband owed them some money? That is to show you that poverty is a bastard. It is. But thank God for the man of God. He didn't say, okay, I will give you money to settle with them because he knows that definitely there's no amount of money at the moment that will be able to solve this woman's problem. But to teach the woman how to make more money. Do we understand? A Chinese prophet said, teach me how to fish. Don't just give me fish. So the prophet now asks, what in your house? Woman, what do you have in your house? You can utilize it. You can make use of it. You can utilize it. See, the era of looking for sympathy is over. If there's anybody on this day that's supposed to have voted wiser or smarter to see how you can invest. But if you keep on collecting money to solve problems, for how long? For how long? So it is very important to do something in your hands. Now, this one takes us back to the product. Please, ma'am, Christabel, can you show us your products? So this takes us back to value addition. All these products you are seeing here, value has been added to them. Value has been added to them. And like I said, any organization or platform that does not help you to add value, remove yourself immediately. They go vex, they go calm down. Tell them I beg. I'm tired. We talk about uniform. I'm tired, my dear sister. Let's talk about trade. Do we understand? Honestly, value addition is like what we talked about yesterday. You bring a product, you start create something, and you package it very well to meet the need of your target audience. To meet the need of your target audience. Does this look like African products? A Nigerian woman produced this. A Nigerian woman. Do you know the cost of this? 60,000 naira. If you want to times this times 60,000 times 1,000, I will collapse now. And she's selling this all over the world. State governors, the president of nations are looking for her. A woman, this is total value addition with local content. All that is smell of this coffee is sourced within Nigeria. Local content, value addition. If there's value, what will you say? Value addition. Every day, every year we come, sit down, talk about product, export. If you are not ready to add value, don't think of exporting anything. The world is looking for those that are ready to add value. When I saw this morning, I screamed. And I said, this is another motivation for me to do more. If a woman can do this, God, I am not a stone. I will also try to see how I can get the product out. Thank you. This one is our own product. Sorry, ma'am. This is my friend's product, Madam Christabel. That water that we drank is our Madam Bella. This is our water. This is our water. There was that year you told me that you want to export to Cameroon. Alpha. She has been exporting the water to Cameroon. So, my dear sisters, add value. Add value. When we talk about local content, if your product has up to 65% of what you source within, even if you have to import the packaging system, you have to import the machines, but it's still why? Because the entire byproduct is locally sourced. It's locally sourced. So we talk about value addition. In fact, it has been an issue with customs. You know that there are some of these foreigners are very smart. They work on our brand. They will tell you lies. That we are bringing raw material to come and add value here, but it's a lie. Do you understand? But if you are not, as an African, decide to produce those things here, you are not going to lie to yourself. Lie to yourself. Why? Because you know you need more of that raw material in order to be able to bring out this. So see how you can add value. I am not against anybody celebrating, burying their loved ones. Let it know that you only remember me on issues like this. Right now we sit down to talk about development, talk about value addition, talk about future, talk about goals. Why is it that you hardly see a platform that people will talk about that? How to make a difference? Why? this hall decide to say, let's come together and create a platform and even look for one product to develop, in the next 2-3 months, we'll start exporting. Am I right? Of course. We'll start exporting. That same energy you use in contributing money to buy uniform for occasion, you can contribute, raise money. I am a pastor, I'm a Christian. And sometime last year, end of last year, I started going to churches to talk about value addition. The same energy that we raise money for activities in church, we can raise money to add value. We can create something as low as cassava processing factory. Churches can do that. Churches can build palm processing factories in order to encourage their members to add value. From years after years after years after years, you go to church, you sit down, clap hands, put offering, and go back. Do you notice that the level of poverty in church is unimaginable? I'm a pastor, I'm not an antichrist. Then if we don't tell ourselves this truth, we'll continue to have what we have. It's a truth that we must tell ourselves. Any social gathering that doesn't add value does not want it. It doesn't want it. If church doesn't change church. Yes. That's what people keep saying. Yes. You understand? It's not out of place for you to call your members and say, what do you do for a living? Sister, what do you do for a living? Sister, what do you do for a living? It's not out of place. Begging in the household of faith is because people don't have what they're doing with their hands. They don't have. They don't have. And you won't be an antichrist or out of place for you to start talking about it. Let's come together. Church is a family. As a family to see how we can create something in order to be able to help with the work of God. Solid minerals, we touched a little yesterday. See, I forgot to bring the list of solid mineral that is sourced within Cross River State. Do you know that in these states, people are mining gold? Gold. All kinds of solid minerals were in or maybe in China. Oh my God. And I was asking, why is it that from here still sourcing the stones and it doesn't finish? They say it didn't grow like mushroom. People from Akambu, am I right? Yes. You see what God has done. I don't know why God loves Africans so much. See what God has done. If you stand in occupied country, you will lost count of the number of trailers that is removing stones for building. So, what are you doing with it? How do you position yourself? How do you utilize these potentials? How do you utilize them? They just maybe give you money, you buy a car, build a house, marry wife, end of story. No, now, world is looking for brands. The entire world is looking for brands. That is why you see that most of those artists in America, they've already branded their names. Do you understand? Because they attach their name to their skill. And they know that once you log in and look for Rihanna, what do you see? Music. Do you understand? You can't just be human and you don't make a name for yourself. God forbid. God forbid. You can't. Let walk and go back the same. You must get a brand that the family will be known for. Oh, even if it is pure water, make that pure water, brand it, make it go global. Make a lot of noise about your pure water that even as I open my Facebook, that your pure water name is. Don't flow with the weather. talk about people. Oh, they say this politician is doing this, and you open your phone and type about. The time you would have used to advertise your products and your brand. No, now. As you live here today, get a brand. Even when you are far gone, the brand remains. It's of God will come to see the brand, what the Father did. Dangote is Dangote. Are you aware of that? I started the business. Grandfather as a basic trader. Today, all over the world, Dangote is good. Can you see what this man is doing? Tony Elumelu. To is a brand. Till eternity, To is there. Check any of the Google To, you will see who he is. You can do it for your family. Don't just, even if you have product to export, brand it. You have service to export, brand it. Let them know you for what you can bring, the value that you have added. That brings us to information. I always say that all the factors that is needed for you to be all that God has ordained you to be is just 4 things. Number 1 is God, you need God. Whatever you believe in, you need that thing. That supernatural power that is beyond human, you need it. You need people. Stop quarreling and fighting everybody. Stop beefing people that wear fine clothes. They're not your problem. They're not your problem. You see somebody wear fine clothes, it became a problem to you. Yeah, with you. Stop this. You need people. Disagree to agree. Fight, quarrel, come back, make amends, sit together. You need people. They see you can't be a trader. And also, what do they call it? A narcissist. You're going to lose people. You'll not be able to sell your products. Let it not be that, oh, that woman that is always behaving anyhow. No. No. If you walk into any custom office from headquarters and you mention Madam Sky, the first thing is that customer will laugh. Next thing they will say, the Amazon. Do you understand? Let it be that your name speak even when you are silent. Be that kind of woman. Be that kind of woman. That even when nobody knows you before, that dignity, that integrity, that influence, you want people to ask, who is she? Build yourself in a way that you become a brand. It's very possible. Don't limit your performance. Don't limit your reputation. Don't limit what you can do. You need information. See, I told some bankers that came to see me that do you know that you can sit on top of gold? And you'll be binding and casting anybody that is sitting on top of my gold die by fire. Now you they sit on top of your gold. You need it. So if you keep on beefing people, you beef this one, beef this one, beef this one. People will have access to information and they will deny you. Because you don't want to talk to you. You are so full of yourself. You are so full of yourself. There's something, a slogan that was flying in the internet, and I will see some people posting, if they don't invite you, don't go. If they don't call you, don't call them. If they don't do this. I said, now me. You see me, if I know that you have what I need, I will call you. Whether you talk to me or not. Yes. I will call you. Now what to you? I'm not with Chinese now. We dey fight or we dey quarrel. You not talk like that. No worry, my friend. We disagree to agree. Don't follow and talk about what you don't know. You don't call, don't call them. Me? Haba, what will I even call you for the first place? If I need to call you, there's something that I need to call you. Whether you dey fight, you dey quarrel, you dey beat me, who cares? I don't call you. Haba, you are holding my document for me to play container, I don't go call you. Like even if you go call, I will call you. I'm telling you. Now we call you. Don't follow and align with the world. Allow God to guide you. So you'll be able to tread beyond border. See, character you post in the internet? It's very important. You want to sell a product to Cameroon and you are busy insulting Cameroon people in the internet. They will sort you out when you get there. I'm telling you. They will sort you out. Don't follow people and do what is not right. You are a trader, for Christ's sake. You need everybody. You need everybody. Not everything you see on the internet you must comment. You have to be guided. You are now a global personality. Everything you post counts. It counts. Have you heard of a young man that was denied visa recently? Why? Because he collected this online loan. Collected online loan and paid and remained 5,000 naira. He thought it was over. By the time they vetted him, they saw that he was going online. And they never returned it back. See, when we talk about cross-border, your information is very important. Let me tell you, nobody will buy from you without vetting you. That is why they will ask you. I think she just said that. They will ask about your social media handle. When you sleep, they're vetting you, they're investigating you. They're investigating you. So people that love their, what do you call it? Their profile, go and open that thing. You don't know what's in the hide. Open that thing, you don't know who is checking you. You don't know who will give you a job by what you do. Stop aligning with what you don't know. Who will make me to lock my profile? When I know that the world is watching me. I don't know what is wrong with us. I see them send me, after my training at Uyo, a lot of young men send me a friend request. But when I check, you lock your profile. So now, what do you want to do with me? You go and thief and they post you, come and log your profile, then we come become your friend. Are you okay? You'll be 42 years. The next one, she will be 51 years. Another one, she will be 40 years. The other one, she's 39 years. Madam, how old are you now? I don't know what is wrong with us. See, reducing and adjusting your age doesn't have any value to your life. I bet you are aware of that. It doesn't have any value. Are you aware of that? If you like, be 30 years today, this year, then next year, be 25 years. You are growing. Time is growing. It's a truth that nobody can shy away from, my dear sister. You are telling me you are 25 years this year. Next year you'll be 20. That's all right. But the truth is, you will grow. Do something with your hands. Add value. Add value is very important. Of course, we know that tourism. Okay, the last one, I know that the last people I said to you, the last one, am I right? The last one is platform, which I already mentioned. You belong to 110 platforms. None of them has helped you to achieve anything. Come on yourself, I beg. You don't need them. So tourism, your phone can be your platform. Your church can be your platform. Your office can be your platform. Have good character. Align with people there. See how you can share good ideas. Good information that will help you to grow. That's what you need. Then tourism, already we see Calabar and all of that. Calabar now, is they are using this tourism as an avenue of bringing people. They are exporting that activity so that people are now coming all over the world to come and see, their culture, their kind of thing, and all of that. And that's how we also travel to other countries. So the creative industry, we talked about in Nollywood, like the video is known all over the world. That is him exporting his skill. Some of their Nollywood, you know them all over the world. That is them exporting their skill. So, creative industry, then logistics and supply chain, we've already talked about. Now, cross-border is all about logistics and supply chain. Because without that, you cannot move your product or service. Whether you are the one that we need to move, you need either a vehicle, you need talked about. I wanted to export bartenders for the benefit of those that were not here yesterday. And I was shocked that nobody in Cross River State and Akwa Ibom State has trailers. We dey buy minibus and again. That's all right then. Ask that big man, sir, can you invest in utility vehicles that can move goods? If you go to all these northern Cross River States, you will see our products are rotting. No vehicles to bring them out to the marketplace. You can do that. Supply chain management is a big business all over the world. Do you know that during COVID, the people that were making billions were those in this industry? And some of us, they gave us license to move around. Why? All over the world, you were locked down. But because we were in this industry, we were given license to move around anywhere. Why? Because they know that we are being needed. We are the one that we help to move food and people, on emergency. It's an industry that I have been shouting. I don't know what work you are doing. Come to supply chain industry. Come to maritime industry. Come to logistics. And you will never get it wrong. All over the world. Do you know that there was a time the United Kingdom opened their border for drivers, truck drivers. Truck drivers. You see them as illiterate, you see them as poor people. Then the world is looking for them, truck drivers. If you're a driver, you can export something. So we now look at functions of trade. I think you can check that on your own conclusion. The African free continental free trade area is projected to significantly boost intra-African trade, potentially creating its performance by over 50% by 2035. This expansion of trade is expected to spur economic growth and encourage industrialization, very important, in order to create employment, by reducing reliance on raw material export and promoting value addition. So my last word to you this afternoon is value addition. My sister, if you can't add value, be it in your home, your church, your workplace, you are not doing anything. You are not making impact. If you relate with people that doesn't add value, if you don't cut off from them, you won't go too far. Check your circle of friends. Check your organization. What are you guys talking about? What are you projecting? What is it that you are discussing? What are you promoting? If it is not trend, it is not service, it is not value addition, pull out. Pull out is very important. See, nobody is sitting on the fence anymore. Everybody wants to be part of the moving trend. See, the entire world is talking trend, believe it or not, whether service or product. United Kingdom is a service trend company, nation. They hardly produce any product. But as our people, they jump out to go and do nothing, heavy tax. That's what the company is living for. It's living for. Whatever you do. My son just moved to a new accommodation. Do you know that before he can vacate there, he has to write to the tax code? If not, they will fine him so that they will be able to tax, his monthly tax. It's as serious as that. So whatever your plan find it to do, you can export it, you can trade with it, you can make money. God bless you.
Ask, is there after office here in Cross River State? One. Secondly, when you want to export, you simplify it. But I'm aware that most of these documentation, they are not easy. Like this rule of origin, the certificate of origin. Most of the documentation, You have just said that after I've made it, no, you didn't say you can evade it. You said you cannot but get all this. They can only give you some concession because your product is local. Now, I would like to know, most of this documentation that are so difficult to get when you want to export, how does AFTA come in there to simplify them and make them, for a beginner, a first timer who wants to export, to be able to get this document? Like this certificate of origin, I know it's very difficult to get and it's very expensive. Most of them are so very expensive. So how can AFTA help us?
All right, thank you so much. I think under Nigerian Export Promotion Council or Ministry of Trade and Investment, Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment, their office is at Federal Secretariat. They are the host of AFTA in Nigeria. Yes, they are the one that the agreement comes under their own office, Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment. So you can go there to make some inquiries. I don't know, Mr. Ken has stepped out. Is Chambers of Commerce, you know, that we issue certificates of origin to you. And you are not alone. Over my years of practice, the constraint of traders is always, Madam, I don't want to do documents. It's not only Nigerians, even Chinese. You, no paper, no paper, no paper. That is Chinese. You know, no paper, you know paper. If paper small. Do you understand? Then, all traders, Madam, I beg, make you help. That is why we are here as experts. The only documents I always urge traders to generate is pro forma invoice. Why? Because you are the one that know the value of documents. Do you understand? And if you want to learn how to create the document, my office is open. I have been shouting, come, we will train you for free. I know they collect money. I have a platform, Focus Trade Diversity. Everybody that has a trade platform, they collect money to make you a member. I don't collect money. Maybe that is why scammers invaded to start scamming people. And because of that, we now scared to share some vital information there. But we can add you to the group, but don't scam people, please. They were calling people, trying to dance my name. Because I make the platform open so that you'll be able to have access to information. Do you understand? So, there are some documentation that is beyond you. That's why you need a clearing and forwarding agent. That's why I'm here. That's what I will collect money from you. Yes. That's why you have to hire me to help you with the document. Because like custom formalities, you can't have access to a custom platform to generate your SGD, single goods declaration. You need me, who is a licensed customs agent, to carry out that for you. Then your certificate of origin, we can also help you to source it, or you can walk into any chamber of commerce. If you have the right document, they can create it for you. Does that answer your question? God bless you. Please, any other question before I leave the phone? But I beg, my phone number, don't add me to your platform. Don't add me, please. If you want to do your birthday, your parents' burial, I don't know your papa or your mama or when they are alive. Not when they die. You can't come and add me. I don't accept that. Please, give your parent that by doing your best too. I don't glorify those things. What I'm seeing now, I don't like it. You know, you don't need community effort to bury your late parents. Don't add me to your platform, I beg you. Don't call me unnecessarily. I'm a very busy person. That's my number, I beg you in the name of God. I beg you to love my life. Somebody wanted to ask a question, please. I thought I saw a hand somewhere. Any more questions? Okay. Then I have a book on maritime logistics. I think there's no other.
from the last session. Let's appreciate Dr. Mrs. Adele. Try now. I know they have started giving back out. Keep it back on the floor. All right, so she also has two books. All in One Woman. You can visit the table. It's also available. All in One Woman. And Fundamentals of Maritime Business, Trade and Logistics. This is our area. So I'd like to encourage you. I don't know, I think it's just 20 hours. So I've just been informed that we still have a practical session for you. The practical session is usually very exciting. So while you're taking your lunch, we'll be doing the practical session. But before then, I'd like to invite Mr. Michael Wozo from the Cross River State Internal Revenue Service to give us a very short presentation before we start the practical session. Thank you. Good afternoon all. Good afternoon all. Are we hearing at the back? No. Can you hear me at the back? No. Okay. I almost said praise the Lord. Anyway, praise the Lord. And I love praise the Lord so much. So, I'm here this afternoon to help us on something. Thank God for all the sessions that have been going on. We learned a lot. I have learned a lot. Right? Now, but it's important we know this. As we are preparing to venture into this business, even those who are already in, there's something also, there's something we should have at the back of our mind. By research, we're meant to understand that the Jews are the wealthiest in this world. Why? Because they hand over to their children, right? And two, they create a platform where others invest, right, into their business. Now let me ask, with due respect, I will just ask us to raise our hands up. How many of us can tell me that every day that passes, you write down your inflow and your outflow? You do that in a book, right? Yes. How many of us use softwares? Softwares to do it using our phone? Nobody. Okay, only one. You write down what you sell, or maybe the payment you got, and then you write down maybe even pure water that you use your money to buy, right? Now, at the end of the month, do you sit down to collect everything you wrote from day 1 of the month to day 30? Do you do that? Yes. You do that? How many of us do that? Okay. At the end of the month, are you able to confidently see an analysis of your business trend, whether you are making profit or not? Yes. You can see from January to February if you are making profit. Yes. Right? Yes. With your book? Yes. With your book? Yes. Now, are you able to capture your losses? Yes. Are you able to capture your losses? Are you into trading? Service? Local business. No, is it trading or service? Trading. Okay. Now, 30 or big? Medium. Medium. Okay. Now, an option is this. Let me put it round. How many of us are making up to 500,000 naira every month? Okay. Let's say you're making, praise the Lord. Let's say we're making 500,000 naira, right? Let's say we're making 500,000 naira every month, and you want to start making 10 million every month. Are you there? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. It's possible. See, don't look at me. 500 every month, and you want to start making 10 million every month. It's possible. It's possible. Do you know why? Do you know how? Now, I ask you this question to say, if an investor comes down and say he wants to invest 10 million into your business so you can have 10 branches, how much are you making at the end of the month? You are making 100,000 every month, right? And an investor comes in and says, okay, he wants to pump 10 million, 100 million into your business so that you can expand, you can now have 10 branches, which is 10 million per branch. Now you're making 500,000 every month. How much will you be making when you now have those 10 branches? 5 million, right? So if you are making 1 million every month, how much will you be making? Before the investor came, you are making 1 million. How much will you be making? 10 million. So now, what will attract an investor to you? Your profit are making. How will your investor see your profits? Your bookkeeping. An investor is not interested in your papers. He's not interested in what you write with your hand. He needs a digital document, right? Investor needs your digital documents of your cash flow. How many of us know what's called cash flow? Do we know what's called cash flow? Okay, no, it's cash flow. Your investor needs your cash flow statement. Your investor needs your profit and loss statement. Your investor may need your balance sheet, right? Your investor will need your bank statement for a period of time. Not what you say, not what you written on the book. You want to say, okay, this came in directly into your bank account or into other source, and this went out, and they are all documented. And at the end of the day, at the end of the week, end of the month, end of the year, they are able to see everything, right? That is what attracts an investor. So, what we're about to show you here sorry, please. So we're trying to connect here and stuff. So, now what we're saying is this. As your business is thriving, don't remain in that spot. One, you need to split, you need to replicate, right? You may think what you are doing is too small. Yes, the Bible said, do not despise the days of your little beginning. But the Bible didn't say, stay there and die there. Right? There is room for growth. How many of us know one of the biggest shops in the world today? Let me help us. Walmart. Walmart started from small. They were able to keep their financial documents straight, clean, and transparent, and open to the public. If you go online and check Walmart, their cash flow and everything, you see. I'm using them as a case study for there are many others. Why can't your own business be like that, started from somewhere? Especially if you are young. We had our last week I used an mama here as a case study. A doctor, from one product, she's into 6 products. Now you can imagine, as we are talking now, online, someone sees and hears that she's a doctor, number one, she's now a manufacturer, having 6 products, and they come for her and say, ma'am, I want to invest your product. Give us a detail of how far you started and let's understand it. What can we do to increase, to scale your business to whatever amount they want to? She has gone international, and we'll be here hearing her story and smiling. Praise the Lord. Oh, sorry, I forgot myself. Hello? Are we going somewhere? So, what I'm about to show us now is a software system. Please, it is being powered by the Cross River State government. Therefore, it is completely free. Right? It is not completely free. We are upgrading and upgrading. Right now, I will show you. Before the end of today, it will be online. The one online currently is the commercial version, which I will just show you and show you the demo link, but don't bother creating an account there because that is not for those of us here. The one that I will make my demonstration on is the one that you can sign on. Everything I've talked about here, your cash flow statement, you can get it from there. Your profit and loss statement, you can get it from there. Every transaction you do per day, whether you're in sales or you're in services, you can include them into the system. Not necessarily with your desktop or laptop, with your phone. You can do everything with your phone. If you have a staff, and you're into sales, you do not need to be the one to enter your product. You can create an account for your staff to enter product and enter your sales for the day. Your staff will not see the dashboard to know how much millions you are making. Right? The staff will only see the product he or she has entered. Your dashboard is hidden. Your profit and loss statement is hidden. So that you don't say, our guy is making too much. Let me find my way. Right? Now, the system is being improved because we worked on it. And we're still improving on it. Right? Okay. This is the dashboard. Right? As you can see, very, very quickly, as you can see, we have your monthly sale, monthly cost of sale for those of us. This six labels here are for those of us in sales, product sales. Praise the Lord. I don't know why you say praise the Lord. This six here are for those of us in sales. Your monthly sales. Your monthly cost of sale, that is the items you bought, cost of items you bought. Your returns and damages and loss. That is this you bought to sell, but they were returned, or they got damaged, or they got missing. When you enter them, the value is what shows that in the month. This shows your gross, which your sales, monthly sales expenses, then your net profit. Then for those of us in service that offer services, this is your revenue, that is payment made to you, your expenses, how much you spend in offering the services, and your net, right? Then this chart shows you, this chart shows you your annual profit and loss because it is monthly. You see red is loss, you see green is profit. Now, there's what we call receivables and payables. All those are owing you. By the time you enter their names somewhere and how much they're owing you, the system knows them there. Now, as they keep paying you, the system will show you how much they paid you and the percentage of the total. Now, those who are owing shows here. If you are owing anybody and you enter the person's detail in the system, it shows you, especially your suppliers, shows you here, and then your total customers here, and your total suppliers here. Sorry, I'm rushing because we are almost out of time. Please go. Up. Hello? Oh. Keep going up. Okay? This is annual sales, revenue, and expense chart. For those of us in sales, right? So all that you are selling and your expenses as a salesperson, to show here. So if you see green, it's your annual sale. If you see red, your annual expenses. Hello? Then finally, those of us in services, right? This is service revenue. That is how much came into you. The number at the end note is monthly, right? How much came into you per month? Sorry, yeah, and then how much expense. Then on the left here, we have what we call our dashboard. This actually is the main dashboard. Then we also have what we call the cash flow statement. Cash flow statement. Cash flow statement, not cash flow dashboard. Yeah, it's the wrong one. Just one. Now we are currently in 2025. Now the cash flow statement here, according to month, shows how much came in for our. Now, if you are into sales, the system will only show you for sales as the figures. If you are not into service, it will be zero. And as we progress, we will automate the system that if you are into sales, it will hide out of service. If you are into service, it will hide out of sales. But if you are into both of them, the system will show you. Now, all the income that came into you from January to December, you see them here. Other revenue, service, other revenue inflow, everything inflow shows here, and then total you see. Then your expense shows here, total you see. Then total expense, that cash, shows here. Then, now, in course of starting your business, you spend money, right? And that money, you spread it into a period of 3 years, the minimum 3 years. Please, let me say something here to avoid some mistake. If you had a plot of land given to you by your mom or your dad, is that an asset? Okay. Now, if you want to build your shop on that land, does this remain an asset? Yeah. Now, if you are calculating all you spend to start your business, will you add a land? Yes. Will you add a land? Yes. Okay, wait. I will add the land, raise my hand. You will add the land, raise your hand. Wait now. I will add the land. I will not add the land. I don't know if I will add the land. You will add the land. The land has value. The land has value. Even if it was not your own money, the land had value. Everything total, whether it was given to, even if my pastor dashed me money I put there, it's part of your investment cost. Everything. What I'm saying is, a young man wanted to start a business, a studio. 2021, when we were doing cash flow trade like this, guess what? He had a number of equipment at home that was given to him. He was in Calabar here, thinking of how to raise money for others. I said, but tell me all that you ever had, whether I give it to you or not. He began to mention. I mentioned it. I said, but you already have these ones. They are part of your expense. They are there, but once you bring them in to start your business, they are part of your expense. Quantify them into the value, current day value of when you're starting. Add them together. So when you are paying back, you deduct them because they add to your profits. Okay? And guess what? Just like when I was talking, he was looking for a shop and he was estimating 1 million. But by reason of connection, which is, I know this person, you know this person, the mom knows a man that has a very big shop. And guess what? A big shop that takes 100 person per seat, he was asked to pay 400,000 per annum. Ordinarily, that shop was 800,000. But because of relationship, so as Ma said, do not play with your relationships. You can quarrel today, tomorrow, you shake hands, you eat together. Please, do not. I'm here today because of relationship. After 7 years, someone I knew in Port Harcourt, for just cross come home, there's something, just come. And I came, and I've been here since. Please, don't disguise relationship. I beg you. Okay? So, now, you see the cash flow. Everything that I used to start my business, all the costs were now captured. Now, if you see the expense is in red, my income that I invested plus the one in the business is in green. And at the end of the month, you see, if it's a minus, it shows that I ran loss. Okay? Now, I will give you a link where you will see this online. So just follow me. Okay, so go back to now. Start on dashboard. Now, for those of you that are about to start, please, I encourage you to use this startup side. List everything you need to start that business. Then for those of us who are already in the business, please, and you don't have a list of everything you invested, still use the system, list them, because if tomorrow someone sees that you are thriving, your business is thriving, and they want to invest, you don't know how God they lead somebody. It's how you present yourself that will bring people to you. Many of us don't know. Microsoft, I don't know if he has already done it. Microsoft is about or has invested in McDonald's. And he has a share, but he wants to become the greater, he wants to have a higher share, so they have control. Now, if McDonald's, if they're not performing, nothing will move there. Dangote will all know. Dangote is doing most of what he's doing with people's money. Right? Elon Musk has bought Twitter. He didn't buy it with his money. He has money somewhere. He now went and told some people, give me your money, let me buy Twitter. And at the end, we won it. And then you go how he bought Twitter. Because he has made himself of high reputation. People value him. So bring out yourself, irrespective of whatever you are doing. Bring out yourself, show what you can do, and then seek investors. But you have to be transparent. Okay? Now, you see, the system shows us dashboard. Actual startup, budgeted startup, your variance. Then this is what the expenses, and this is the funding. Is the money coming from you alone, or family members, or like a cooperative, whatever one, right? The system will capture up. I will capture up. Please go down this time. Go down. Stop there. You see, the detail of all your investment and your expenses all shown there, right? Then your payback period, and then just go down again. Go down. Now, when you are investing in all your properties or your capital expenditures, the system was also capturing them. So that at the end of the day, these are the documents that an investor will look for. Right? These are the document an investor will look for. Now, go down here. Please go to menu. Now, let's go there. I know this might be empty because, it's a new system, right? Now, everything you need to, every expense you are running in your business, this is what you and what we do there is this. You classify to be able to have a good report. To be able to have a good report, it's important to classify your expenses. For example, you spent money to pay bill, NEPA bill, water board bill, you pay salary. You don't put all together at all. Because at the end of the month, you find it difficult to differentiate. Scroll down. You find it difficult to differentiate, well, how much did I invest in this? How much do I invest in that? So the system makes it easy. You see, month of the year 2025, April, other sales, CEO's office table, and this is what was spent on him. February, internet subscription, this amount. Other services,
Product your software, this amount. So at the end of the day, you know where your money is going to. Okay? You know where your money is going to. If you want to filter, slow down, go down a bit. Go down. Okay, up, right? Sorry, up. No, up is like this, down. I want to go up. I want to see the. What? Scroll. Click on the. Are you hungry? That one is too long. Go. Keep going. Okay. Now you can see total expenses, total amount you spent. You don't need to ask your staff, oh boy, how much do you spend though, or how much do you spend? With your phone, like I'm not saying people are here, with your phone, you see everything. Then you want to filter based on how much did you spend first quarter. You filter, you select the channel, you don't write with that channel, you filter, you select the channel, and the same gives you a result, right? Now, go back again. Sales. Now sales. The same thing applies to sales. You're into sales, and by God's grace, we're almost done with a version where you can use your phone to do. Thank God we're talking about barcode. With your phone, you just scan. Can I see the barcode from the page? Okay. We did it like this because we made it mobile responsive. I will now put my phone for that workshop. But with this, all you need to do is you have already captured your product in the system. Even with the phone, you can capture new products, right? You click on start camera, click on it. When you click on it, it will, as it's moving now, it will scan the product. Do that. It will scan the product barcode. It's not going down. Once they scan the product barcode, all you just do is, if it is maybe person bought 10, you add 10 there and press add. That's it. You're not entering anything because the system already has the detail of that product. Or with your phone. You don't need a barcode scanner. We try to make sure we don't add cost to end users. So go back to the right class on this. Okay, so at the end of the day, you see your total amount sold, total quantity sold per product, and your average sale. Then you can also filter based on range, right? Then you can also do advanced search. You can want to search how much total did I sell per product. After now to do all of that. So, okay, I can also say again, just like in expense, you have broken down, grouped detail of all your transactions per product, right? Per product. You see them all there. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Don't worry about products. That is where you do your inventory. Products where you do your inventory, where you capture everything. So go to services. Now, just like that too, you are a service provider. Say you are a plumber or whatever you are doing. With your phone, you capture total invoices. Now, this is not the invoice you give out. This is invoice based on your entry as a service provider. I will show us the one you send out, right? But as you are inputting what the service, the revenue that came from your service, we call it invoice. So you have entered 10 invoice, total payment, back payment, no payment, your total revenue based on everything you entered. And again, you are seeing the breakdown of the services you render. How much of them? This column tells you if payments were made, back payment, full payment, okay? And then, if you want to have filter to know the class of payment, please go to the menu. No, the side menu, You see here, don't click. But under the services, you see full payment, part payment, unpaid payment. So there you can see all those are paid and those that haven't paid. You can filter them yourself. Okay? Then go to invoices. My invoices. Now this is, if you don't want to raise invoice I send out to your client or customers, this is where you do it. Right? And like I said again, you can do all this with your phone. Let me even say, in all of this that I've said, for example, one of us in sales, you sold 10 items to one person. When you open the sales form to impute, you can impute the 10 items before you submit. You don't need to do it one after the other. You open, you enter the first page, you just put on the first product. That is, if you're doing bulk now, not the one you put on, you do this. Now, you select the second one, select the third one. When you are done, you just click submit. Everything goes in. So you don't need to spend one and come back again. The same applies to the expense. The same applies to the same, the services, and even the invoice. Right? Even the invoice. So all of that. Hello. Now, I think let's go to the startup. Startup. Look at me. Startup. Okay. But go to this. Startup. Yeah. For those of us that want to, that are starting new, this is where you need to add everything you want to use for a business. Everything, you know, scroll up. Every item, please don't, even if you spend your, you know, how much is pure water now? 20 naira. And you know, when you want to buy pure water for those working for you, you will just buy in sachet, you buy in the bag. And the bag is about 2,300. You know, in our bag, if you steal money, what happens to you? Thank you, my brother. Who said that? It's my brother. Tire from nowhere. From nowhere. So, if you think 300 naira is small, count it to 10. Do it 3 times, 10 times. You lost what? 10,000, 3,000. And imagine every day you keep losing 3,000. How about this? Add it. It may look small, but add it. Right? So you add everything there. At the end of the day, I say this because if I didn't do what I did to prepare me, I wouldn't be here today to talk to you. I must say praise the Lord now. I'm not a pastor, please don't what. You know, we are all King's kids. You need to prepare yourself for where you are going. If you know you are not going anywhere, just stay for your little corner. Sell, you know, sell, eat your children, and after which you go and do it with your father-in-law, your papa. You know, while I was here, he just called me and said I lost my dad's younger brother. I said, this is not the right time to call me. But the good thing is, he has lived up to college for some years. But wanted to live longer once. So if you are here smoking, please don't stop smoking. I'm not instructing you. He was a very, very good smoker. And for the past years, lungs. I'm not surprised actually, but I didn't experience because we have been done in prayer. But let's move on. He's gone. Now, what am I saying? Leave your business for your children. Even if you don't get an investor, make it big. Okay, let me ask you now. If you start your business and it's one 12 by 12 room, and you want to escape to a warehouse like this, who do you go to? Who will you go to for money? Bank. The bank will say, bring your book. Are we there? The bank will say, bring your book. The bank will tell you, bring all your documents, and all of this are what you need to bring. I'm not against auditors. But if you don't do this, if you don't use this system to reduce your cost, you pay auditors to do the work. And you pay for everything that the system would have done for you for free. And again, it's free. Why do you not like? Me, I like free things sometimes. Especially if I use, those of us that know how to use software, I use Canva. And I do I've started using AI in my programming. I did a lot with the free version. But I realized that because I want to scale, I need to do what? I need to add money. So I started paying $20 per month because I need to scale. And there's a way to go. When I need to scale again, I'll upgrade. But I need to know if that thing will give me value. And honestly, it has helped me a lot. Those of us in programming, we spend nights and day, sleepless night to write codes. And if you make a mistake in one dot, bros, you'll be there, only God knows, except the Holy Spirit saying, look at that place. But with the AI, few seconds is done, I will sit down, go through that line by line, make my own adjustments, implement, and I'm done. I'm investing because I need to scale, I need to increase, right? Some of the things you see, like that invoice, I agree with AI. But I now, after it's finished, I now modernize to what I want. What I've seen there wasn't what I gave me. But I modernize to what I want. What am I saying? Please, let us add value from ourselves first. Be transparent, do whatever I need to do to move to the next level. Right? Do whatever I need to do. This system we are going to do from tomorrow morning. Now, please put the URL, the tab that has the URL. Now, I said we are going on the way, but by the end of today, the version you've seen will be on this platform. Now, it may not be tentative because I will need approval from my others to finalize with this, but because I'm showing it to you, I will still register it. If they say no, I will create a new one, but when you go here, it will redirect you, right? So my businessmanager.com.ng, right? That is the URL to go for this one. Then, if you want to have a demo version of everything I've shown you, you can look at the demo version on the commercial version, which is this URL, right? Please do not sign up on this one. No, this one is commercial, you will pay. This is the one that is free. This is one that is government. Everything here is here. Everything here is here. The app is being reviewed by Google, so you can use it online. You can use it online with your phone, right? There is an online with your phone. Maybe if I had known, I would have shared the link from Google. Then for further inquiries, this is my number. This is my number. So please, you can't learn all that you've been taught today. You can't learn all that you've been taught today, and then you go back home, and then you take no action. If you accuse Satan devil walk on our village people, they will fight you. Not God himself. God will sit down and let them fight you. God forbid. Please, let's put to work. Even if it's not all, let's start something. And if you already started something, let's see how we're going to scale. As I'm talking to you, I'm also scaling. What as I started that yesterday and today, I've been thinking, as a programmer, will I be able to go to a fund and do, what would I do? I think I would rather talk to them and say I can invest. Please let my money be working while I'm doing other things.
That's right.
So that is now one aspect. Now, but besides that too, even before this program, I had planned on going to, Smida. For those of us in textile, I went to Smida site and I saw that they're also good, they have something like a loan and kind of a plan for those of us in textile, right? So I want to set up a t-shirt branding business, in a few months from now. All of that is to see how I can also expand my network. I have other businesses besides beside what I'm doing here, right? To see that not only impact myself, also impact on other people. So please, 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 this software is free. The government is running it for your own benefit. If you are to pay for it, mine is here. She uses QuickBook. QuickBook is not in naira. It's in dollars, I can tell you. So please, please, use it. Capture your expenses, your sales, everything money.
That's my business.
Yeah, my business manager.com.ng. If you have issues, this is my direct number. Please.
Sir, what's your name?
Oh, okay, my name. Oh, sorry. Prince Michael. Prince Michael. My father is a king, so I'm Prince. I don't know about you if you're a king or king, but me, I'm a prince. My father's kingdom. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I'm done. Questions, please.
Hello. Hello. First of all, before I continue my question, I want to thank everyone that has been me. That means people are the real entrepreneurs. Did you understand? People are the real entrepreneurs. So I want us to benefit from everything that we have here today. I want to thank Prince for the demo. I appreciate it. But I want to ask two questions. The first question is, are these for this app for non-accountants? That's the first question. And because why am I saying so as an entrepreneur? By the time I finish the production aspect of the business, when will I come and be doing this one? Do you understand? Because you're saying we can do it on our phone and and all that. That's it. The second question I want to ask is that for some of us or most of us who have not kept our books, who have done manual for years, can we migrate to this app that is from, supposing we started business in 2020 and we have the books, can we upgrade, can we migrate all our information to this app? Yes, the archives and then continue. Just a question.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's a very good question. I'm sure it applies to everyone here. Now, for the first one, right? If you don't have the staff, say you are the sole person, right? Usually in your business place, you scribble down on paper or book. Yes. When you get back home, instead of spending an hour on WhatsApp, on IG, on TikTok, I know you have to relax. Why don't you also spend that time and open the app and just add them into the system, and that is it for the day. Simple. You don't need to do it while, if you don't have the staff, you don't need to do it while in the office to avoid distraction. While you are home, you are resting, your legs stretched out, you are resting. Don't on the TV. Don't on the TV. Just add those things. Maybe there are about 10, 20. Add them and you are done for the day. Because it will keep your record much better than the paper. If water spills on that paper tomorrow, Ogala, it's gone. Or rat eat it, it's gone. Or you misplace it, it's gone. There's no way you can remember. You can remember a few. That is that. Then two. But for the second one, it's still possible. All depends on the volume. If it's clearly spelled out, the month, the day, the date, the year, there are two ways. You can either do it yourself, or you employ the service of someone who can just sit down there and do it for you. Very, very easy. As long as everything is clear, when you hold it and see it. Two, if your handwriting is clear and you calculated your expenses as a modular, you can snap it. There are good software and apps today that can convert handwriting to table. Right? Now, your question is tending towards importing to Excel. That we can also do. Which means if you must do, if we have to do that for you, the template we'll give you is the template you must use. You can't recreate your own template because the entire column head of the Excel template is structured. If you say name, amount, this, if you put AMT in the amount, don't go and put AMT, don't go and spell your own. It will not go. Right? So we can do that once it is well typed, the year, the date, the dates, I will show a sample, the date and everything, that you can import. The system will automatically do that for you. Which also means that for your sales, you would have entered the category names or the brand names. When you enter the brand names, it's easy. So that at the end of the day, the system tells you this is what you made on this brand. If you put all together, it will give you value, but there's no way you can separate it. Okay, let me use Coca-Cola products. We have Coke, Fanta, Sprite. Coke is a brand of its own. Fanta is a brand of its own. Sprite is a brand of its own. So when you sell, like my staff now, is using it for his product shop. Guess what? He's about to get a funding from the bank. Because it's not helped him to prepare a good statement. Something they were trying to do on the north. So Coke, everything about Coke goes to Coke. Everything about Sprite goes to Sprite. Everything about Fanta goes to Fanta. At the end of the day, at the end of the month or year, you see everything, this is what Coke made total. That is the best way. As in total, yes, very good. But if whatever in the post, that's why I added the link to the demo, right? If you review, better with your laptop, and there's an area you think should be scaled, feel free. Please, the system is subject to upgrade based on your end users, not we. It's not we build the system. Right? We built it here in Calabar, not in Lagos. We're here, we function here. Right? So if you, but I'm not a possibility. But by reason of being here, for you as well, I'm heading towards that. You know? So please, if you have features you want us to scale or upgrade, tell us. But please, when you are saying it, don't say it for only your own products. Because it's a system, right?
Thank you very much. My name is Sogo Kasi. The way I understand it is as though this app can also be used as payment window, like the PayPal and the rest of it. Like, yes.
We have not integrated the payment aspect of it.
Okay, you
We
know.
have not integrated no what, like I said, it's progressive.
Okay.
Now, we can only do that for you to pay your clients. Not because we don't have a license from CBN to run fintech. So what we rather do is add a payment system like use using PayStack for subscription to commercial. Right. Now we'll add a function where you want to pay your clients. Right? You ask your client.
They pay you.
Yeah, you're not using invoice. In the invoice sent to them, they will pay you from the digital administration there.
Okay, in other words, this is an offline app.
No, it's online. Everything's online.
Online.
Everything's online. If it's offline, you can't use it. Everything's online. Yeah. Everything's online. Is any more question? Hello? Any more question? This one will be off this night. This one will be off this night. This one is already there. Use this one for view. Use this one. Yeah. This one will be off this night. You know, in the course of our building this thing, we were informed on Thursday night that we were registration, so we were not ready to do the registration. We didn't have one, so use this one. Everything I've said is here. Okay? Don't worry, it won't act for an interview. You just go there and click login. You see everything with your phone. Hello? Thank you so much for the privilege. See you soon. This is the one that the government has given to me. This is for those who want to, for those who are not in your, I don't know how to put it now. You are the government's people, right? Yes, that is why yesterday when the town IRS was talking about those who are available to use, so that cut off the aspect of, because on this one, we pay monthly subscription, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. So all of that is cut off. Like I said, everything here is here. I'm not denying it. Check it and see. Okay, so thank you so much. Remain blessed. Okay, so as we wrap up, we'd like to invite Dr. Ndofia to send our way practical stuff.
Hello. Let me see whether you still remember what we did yesterday. Ready? We have forgotten. Then we are not going on. Ready? Go. And this. Ready? Go. So we are still on it. Well, I want to sincerely apologize. Not that we maybe overpromise and underdeliver. We don't do that in export. Hello. In export, you do not overpromise and underdeliver. What do I mean? If you know you are going to send your blog to UK in 2 weeks, tell them 3 weeks. Because if you tell them 1 week and you don't arrive there in that 1 week, they will a kind of suspect you, they can do business with you. Because export is like a cook. I am a married boy. If you cannot do the time, don't do the cook. Because they'll kill you. So export is like that. So what I want to say is that since that the Lord accord us to do more today because we came to do more practical, but don't be discouraged. I have told the commissioner all your numbers are there, your WhatsApp number. We are going to do some other thing, maybe online and possibly create a WhatsApp group. We are coming back for more practical. There's something I don't want to tell you. Along with that, there's a center here already. Trying to fix up when next week comes. So you can bring your thing and try your thing and go with it, produce it for you on your own. But that might attract a little. This one we are doing now is courtesy of Madam Scholarship. Don't frown in your face because most of us goes to church and ministry and we sow seed and some of the seed does not germinate. But the seed that we are going to sow and give you must surely germinate and then bear more fruit. You know, a lot of things changes. Don't look at me, let me remove my cap. In the next 5 years, if I want to come to Calabar, maybe they finish the road, they will change this. But my face does not change. So that is why anything I'm doing, I'm very particular about it. Otherwise, your point is easy to count you. So anything I'm telling you, that's what it is. That's why I don't want to tell you that we are coming back to train you free. No, we are coming back to show you how to make money. And then you give us part of that money we are going to make. So, pardon? Even when I'm not making money. Okay, you must make money. And that's investment. You know, when things are free, people, they joke with you. Let me show you. Yesterday I said I was not going to make you happy. I've been coming to Crossing last day. They pay transport for you. This one you pay your transport. Have you not invested money? I am aware. I fully pay transport. For people who say we don't get money to come home, you take a money for them. They have nothing to lose. But as you are coming now, let me tell you what they have also done. You have invested apart from your transport money. Till Jesus Christ comes back, there will not be a day like today. Yeah. So that's what you have invested. You know, in Nigeria, we don't look at time. That's why somebody can just be inside house and say, wait for me. And then you wait for that person. It may not be better than you. That is why me, if it is my program, I don't do goodwill message. That's me. If government is coming to commission to open it, we will start. When they come, we stop. We open it. I mean, that's the way, because of time. So please, you've invested something today and yesterday, which is your time. It's not for you whether you want to allow it to loss. At least an average labor in Port Harcourt collects 8,000 per day. Today is 16,000. Now you have invested 16,000. Will you allow it to loss? It's not for you, it's your choice. So I want to thank you so much for the time we spent yesterday, and also we spent today. But as we are going back home, this is an assignment for you. This money, you are going to make money with happiness. A big assignment, take it serious. Go back to your environment, go back to your streets, and ask yourself only one question. What is it that people are looking for that they don't have? Hello? Are we together? What is it that people around your area are looking for that they don't have? If you answer that question, you make money. What is it that people in your environment are looking for that they couldn't get? Provide for them. You know, sometimes when we look at Fela, we may end up seeing Fela in heaven. No? All his prophecies have come to pass. Say in Lagos, water everywhere, but what have to drink, you know they. Abi? Now, planted everywhere in Biase, planted everywhere in Boki, planted everywhere in Okep, planted everywhere in Banana, and what do you call it, Dakamba. But come to Calabar, a bunch of planted is 10,000. Are we together? So I know what I'm saying, practical things. So even if you get to your street and everybody has everything, what is it that they have they are not satisfied with? Improve it, you make money. That's the last one I want to leave with you. So when I see people complain they don't have money, your neighbor, everybody surrounding you, they are your money. Turn them into money while they are still alive. You don't need to kill them. No, that's the truth. Yesterday, did you not pass Moringa? We saw it, I saw it on the ground. I now told my people, you don't need to buy. When we plug in Moringa and then make things become tea, that thing is just 20 pack of that thing is 6,000 naira. Did we buy the Moringa? So please, the same way the Chinese will come, the Lebanese will come and put binoculars, put microscope, put boots and look at the floor and picking money, and the perseverance still passing that step and we are seeing the money. By the grace of God, may God open the eyes, both spiritual and business eyes, to see that there are money around you. So thank you so much. It was nice being your facilitator. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, ready? Go! Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Give me time. No, I don't know.